Fairfield Prep are proud to maintain a tobacco and smoke-free campus. Smoking, the use of smokeless tobacco, e-cigarettes, and other vape products is not permitted on campus. We appreciate your support in advance. Restroom facilities are available for your convenience. They're located on either side of the concession stand underneath the main grandstands of Rafferty Stadium. Fans, don't forget to visit our concession stand located underneath the main grandstands of Rafferty Stadium. Are you a Prep fan? Prove it by following the Jesuits on social media. Get an inside look and behind-the-scenes access to your favorite student athletes and coaches. Be sure to follow at Fairfield Prep Jesuits and at Fairfield Prep Football on Instagram or at Prep_football on X. Fairfield Prep, the Southern Connecticut Conference, and the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference.
A trip to the state championship is on the line tonight as Fairfield Prep takes on their rival Greenwich. Welcome, folks, to the FP Game Time pre-show, coming to you from Rafferty Stadium on the campus of Fairfield University, where it is currently 25 degrees and getting colder. I'm Tommy Fox alongside Nick Mazzarella. Thanks for joining us on what could be a defining night for the Jesuits.
Both teams are coming in here at 9-2. They dominated their quarterfinal matchups. The storyline today is that Greenwich beat the Jesuits 31-14 in week 1 of the season. This rematch, which is long awaited, has the season on the line and the deciding game for who will play in the championship.
Let's take a look at the Class AA bracket. Fairfield Prep handled Danbury 31-17, finding rhythm in all three phases, especially with Vinny Lombardo in the run game. Greenwich rolled past Staples 41-7, their best offensive performance of the year up to that point. And in the other semifinal, Norwich Free Academy takes on Southington after NFA shocked top-seeded New Britain. So much chaos in this bracket, but the path is now simple. Win tonight and you'll be heading to Rentschler Field.
For the Jesuits last week, it was about resilience as they got off to a slow start against Danbury, but Vinny Lombardo powered them to victory with 3 touchdowns. Jeremiah Langton also stretched the field with 115 receiving yards, and the defense flipped the switch in the second half, leading to a convincing Jesuits victory.
For Greenwich, it was dominance. They overwhelmed Staples with physicality and speed, the kind of performance that sends a message to the rest of the bracket. Greenwich looked every bit like a team chasing another state title.
For the Jesuits, a lot of key players to look at in this matchup, one of them being Vinny Lombardo. Like I said, 3 touchdowns last week. He's been the heartbeat of this offense and a very, very powerful runner. The Jesuits definitely want to punch their ticket to the finals, and to do so, it's going to be on the back of Vinny.
And for Greenwich, the spotlight is on running back Hector Lopez. 117 yards, 2 touchdowns last week against Staples, and the spark that ignited their offense. If he gets going early, Prep's defense is going to have its hands full.
We're going to send it down to our reporter, Jack Hanlon, who spoke with coaches ahead of tonight's semifinal showdown.
Hi, I'm Jack Hanlon. I'm here with defensive coordinator, Mr. Justin Thomas. I have a couple questions for him. Coach Thomas, what do you think the difference is between this Prep team and the team that played Greenwich in week 1?
Well, no matter who you're playing, week 1, there's a lot of unknowns. You got guys playing for the first time. Sometimes you got some guys beat up from the preseason. So the main thing is that we got a lot of guys healthy, and that we've had 3 months to prepare and to try to become the best version of this team.
Thank you. And any word on how everyone's looking today? How's it looking in practice?
We had a great week of practice. I think the kids are prepared. We like our plan. Guys are really dialed in and focused. We had a really great week, and a lot of that comes from the players.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Good luck in the game. Hi, I'm Jack, and I'm here with Coach Morello of the Greenwich Cardinals. Actually, I have a few questions for the game. So, Coach, how do you feel your team has changed between now and the last match of the prep at the beginning of the season?
Well, it's been 10 games, so you go through ups and downs. Both teams have lost 2 games this year. You learn more from losses than you do from wins, and the goal is to be peaking at the right time. And I think observing prep and watching all their film and them watching our film, I think this is the perfect moment to just play each other and go.
Yeah, I totally agree. My next question is, how do you feel Greenwich is a story program, the CIAC back from the 80s? How do you feel this team matches up in your recent memory to other Greenwich teams?
Well, we'll find out in the next 6 days. We'll find out tonight. There were a lot of state championships, 10 state championships at Greenwich High School. Yep. A lot of amazing programs. I don't define programs and seasons by wins or losses. I'm having a great time with this team. I love these guys. We are a family. We're the epitome of family. It is a football town. We have so many alumni that reach out. We had an alumni from 1972 show up yesterday who was driving down the road and saw us practice, and he came by and cheered the team on. So it's a great football community, and we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, of course. And how do you feel about this team, and how did you feel at the beginning of the season about this team?
This team has a lot of returning starters. Obviously, we're coming off a state championship, so we're doing our best to keep the throne and defend the throne. And Fairfield Prep's an awesome opponent. Another storied program with great lineage. And what better game than Prep Greenwich tonight?
All right, thanks so much for your time, Coach Morello. Good luck at the game.
Hey, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack, for the great interview with the 2 coaches. And Tommy, what do you think the Jesuits are going to need to do today to come away with the victory?
I think they need to start out strong. They need to start out fast. Last week against Danbury, they had a tough first half. Heading into halftime, they were tied at 10-10. Today, they're going to need to play well right off the bat. What are your thoughts on Greenwich?
Yeah, I mean, Greenwich is a team that is not going to beat you in the air. They have one of the best run offenses in the league, led by Lopez. He's around 1,300 yards on the season and 12 touchdowns. Overall, they have around 2,500 yards. So the Jesuits are definitely going to have to beat them in the run game, and I think a huge part of that is going to be with John Morris. As we said, he's been out last week with the flu, and he's coming back in the lineup this game, one of the best linebackers in the state with 92 tackles. So he's going to have to lead that Jesuits run defense to victory today. It's going to really ride on them and that defensive front.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. When we come back, we'll have the captains, the coin toss, and the national anthem.
A trip to Rensselaer Field is on the line. Buckle up as the Class AA semifinal is coming up next.
Yeah, Tommy, ever since the Jesuits won last week, I've been looking forward to this game. This is a huge revenge game for them, and like you said, winner will play in the Class LL final. But this is high stakes here at Rafferty. These are two teams with a storied history. Played a final, I believe, in 2021. And like you said, the Jesuits fell short in the first game of the season. They're looking to come back when it matters most.
The Jesuits are running onto the field now. Their offense led by senior quarterback Robbie Manning, who has 1,400 passing yards on the year and a 19-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He's had a phenomenal season, his favorite target being Jeremiah Langston. Nick, what can you say about this Greenwich offense?
Yeah, I mean, Greenwich is a team that's not going to beat you in the air. They have a really, really, really strong run game with Hector Lopez, 1,300 yards on the season and 13 touchdowns. He accounts for half of Greenwich yards for the entire offense. And for the Jesuits, the key is going to be stopping him and this run game. They have a sophomore quarterback out there with Tarantano, and he's a strong passer, but nothing that's going to light up the stat sheet. 1,100 yards and 12 passing touchdowns, but 9 interceptions. So turnover-heavy quarterback and a young one, like I said. So it's all going to be riding offensively on the senior running back, Hector Lopez.
We will now take you down to the field for prayer, and we'll join you soon for the national anthem as well.
Let's pray together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Thank you. Enjoy the game.
The captains walking to the middle of the field for the Jesuits are quarterback Robbie Manning, Sam Barrett, who's had a fantastic year with 4 interceptions, Jordan Lewis, 11 sacks on the year, James Burgess, another first-team All-SEC selection, and then the game captain, Jack Watson, is out there as well. You see Hector Lopez out there on the Greenwich offense. This is going to be a great game. What do you want to see out of this prep defense that's been phenomenal this year?
Yeah, we had a slow start last week against Danbury, and that just cannot happen again. This is a much better Greenwich offense, and the Jesuits are not going to be able to afford to put up a poor first-half performance defensively. Like you said, Jordan Lewis, 11 sacks, Sam Barrett, 4 interceptions. I think he's going to be riding on those guys tonight to lead this defensive unit to success, and it's got to come early for them.
Another note, John Morris is returning for this game. He was out versus Danbury. He's the Jesuits' leading tackler on the season. He's had a fantastic year. For these seniors, it's going to be their final game at Rafferty Stadium. They're going to want to make the most of it. Offensively, defensively, doing whatever you can. Getting off to the strong start is extremely important. And then for Greenwich, what do you think are their keys to success in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to hammer it home. This run game needs to perform. I think they're just not going to beat the Jesuits' defense in the air. They have really good DBs out there with Sam Barrett. and Oliver Frick, and this is going to come down to a smash mouth kind of football game where Greenwich is going to have to run the ball against the Jesuits and beat them up front on the line of scrimmage. So yeah, I mean, definitely a huge game. We're all looking forward to the kickoff, but it's all riding on I think this Greenwich run game, because we all know the Jesuits offense can perform under pressure. They've done it the past few weeks, led by Robbie Manning, but I think the thing everyone's going to be looking at during this game is if the Jesuits can stop the run, because I mean, this Greenwich run game is probably the best in the state. I mean, just Hector Lopez, 1,300 yards, and then they have around 800 more from other guys, so around 2,200 yards on the ground for this team. And that's in a top percentile across the country.
Now we're going to send you to the national anthem. All right, we are seconds away from kickoff here in Rafferty Stadium. I am excited for this game. It's been amped up all week. Ever since week 1, I've wanted to see this game in the semifinal, possibly even the state championship. Jesuits find themselves at home, a slight advantage. I think the weather's going to play a massive role in this game. What do you have to say about the temperature tonight?
Yeah, we're sitting in a booth right now, and I'm freezing. I can't feel my toes. I can't feel my hands. And I probably should have put more layers on. I could not imagine what it's like to be on the field right now. And I genuinely feel bad for any player who has to kick a football in this game, because it's going to be hard as a rock. But I don't think Ben Cornelius will have a problem with it.
Yeah, Ben Cornelius, the standout special teams star. Special teams has been so strong for the Jesuits this year. They had a punt block against Danbury last week. Ben Cornelius hit a long 38-yard field goal. But yeah, the cold is definitely going to be a factor, as Cornelius is going to kick it off here to start the game.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to need a hold on this kickoff. A little windy out there.
Pierce, we're getting stadium sounds. We're getting stadium sounds.
Back deep for Greenwich, it's Slavanzi.
We're getting stadium sounds that are like really loud.
The whistle blows, and Cornelius will step up to the ball to kick off the CIAC Class AA semifinal matchup.
This one will be returned for the Cardinals.
Great
he
tackle
has a hole
there.
up the middle, and
Great
he will
tackle there.
get to the 25.
All right, Tommy, so as this Greenwich offense enters the field, how do you think the Jesuits can stop them?
Yeah, John Morris out there, number 7. You see him at middle linebacker. He's going to be a threat in this game. Getting those tackles for loss, keeping Greenwich behind the sticks is going to be a big part.
Tarantano motions over, gives it off to Lopez. He's swallowed up by the Jesuits' defensive front. And it's a loss of 1. They're fired up. And that's a great way to start the game for the Jesuits.
Yeah, that was Jordan Lewis right in the mix of things there. He's had the best season of his career. Standout senior on this squad, and you can see they are just amped up to be out here tonight.
Yeah, the Jesuits know exactly what they need to do to stop this team. They're stacking the box there with 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. As we see Greenwich out of the shotgun.
Check.
He'll drop back, look over the middle, and it's knocked down. It's Brody Summers. And this defense is fired up to start off this game. Every player on the field is looking up at the stands, trying to get everyone going, and they got a 3rd and long now. We see Sam Barrett getting the crowd going.
Yeah, this crowd is rocking early in Rafferty Stadium.
Tarantano takes the snap. He's looking deep. He's got no one. He's hit as he thrown, and it sails out of bounds. Sam Shady came in like a bullet there to get the hit on Tarantano, and the Jesuits force a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, what a stand by the Jesuits. The 3 and out is what they needed. Get this ball to Robbie Manning. The crowd is fired up. Greenwich just lost a yard on 3 plays there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this defense that excited to make 3 stops in 4 years. I mean, those guys were absolutely loving what they were doing to start off this game. That's what you want to see in a big game like this. It's a short punt. It'll be bounced, roll around 5 yards, and be down and around the 34-yard line as the Jesuits offense will take the field. Tommy, unbelievably impressive performance from the Jesuits defense right there. What'd you see?
Yeah, it's just get into your man and hitting them. They're not afraid to hit in this cold weather. They were making tackles, and they were being relentless on the football. And that's just what you love to see to start out this game early.
See the Jesuits offense take the field. Vinny Lombardo and Robbie Manning in that backfield. Lombardo had 3 touchdowns in the game against Danbury last week. The Jesuits will run trips to the right with Manning out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, give it off to Lombardo. He's got no room to run, and he's tackled for a loss of about 2. So Greenwich responds, the similar defensive stop that they had against Lopez on the first play of the game.
Yeah, that was Andy Stedham, one of the standouts on this Cardinals defense. He's got 5 sacks on the year, a tackle for loss right there. And the Cardinals are not backing down. They saw the Jesuits defense fired up, and they are throwing some punches of their own here early on.
Jesuits out there in the same formation. Manning will take the snap. He's looking downfield. He's got number 27. It's Delaney. Gain of about 3.
That's what you love to see there from the Jesuits. These quick completions, get Manning feeling the football. Nice catch there from Delaney. Try to turn and get upfield. Cardinals were not letting that happen. And now it's a big 3rd down early on.
Yeah, it's going to be a big 3rd down for the Jesuits. Gain some momentum offensively. Manning, he'll take the snap. He's looking down the middle. He's got nowhere to go. He spins away from a defender. He's looking downfield. He's got no one. He looks for number 18, and it's through the hands. Incomplete. So it's a 3 and out for the Jesuits, and they'll punt the ball away.
Yeah, that was Brian Moore along the sideline there. He's had a fantastic year, had a touchdown last week. One of the juniors whose Manning has looked to a lot. One of the significant parts that Week 1 game against Greenwich was Manning not really having enough time in the pocket. This offensive line is going to have to step up here.
Yeah, it was great coverage on the back end as well from Greenwich. Manning didn't have much time, but it was great coverage on these Jesuit receivers. Cornelius punts it away. It's a little short as the ball spirals high in the air. It'll be fair caught at around the 35-yard line. So the Greenwich takes the ball in similar field position as last time, as the defense takes the field for the 2nd time this game. Tommy, what did you see offensively from the Jesuits? How do you think they can improve the next time they get the ball?
I like the willingness to throw the football. They saw the run didn't work, and they were going to get themselves behind the sticks again. On second and somewhat long, they were able to make a quick pass to Delaney. That's something you can build on. And you want other targets besides Langston to be available for Manning. Langston, obviously the main threat, but targets like Delaney and Moore have had a great impact as well.
Yeah, it's good to see those younger guys getting involved late in the season. So this Greenwich offense will take the field yet again. It's Tarantano out of the shotgun with Lopez to his left. He'll take the snap, hands it off to Lopez. Lopez will try to find a hole, but he's met by a Jesuit defender. It was Brody Sommers for a gain of about 1.
Brody Sommers had his breakout game in week 1 after he had an interception against this same Greenwich team, and he's making plays all across the field so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, so far this Jesuit run defense is, I know it's a small sample size, but been pretty impressive to see them rally and get to the ball so far in this one. And I like how they're not overloading the line of scrimmage and using those really big linebackers that they have to stop the run opposed to defensive linemen. Tarantano will take the snap. It's a quick screen out to the sideline. And the receiver's brought down a few yards short of the sticks. It's number 14, Raffy Robbins.
Yeah, these are the situations the Cardinals want to find themselves. These 3rd and shorts, although this one's going to be a 3rd and 5. But they want the ability to turn around and hand it to their best player, that is Lopez, and get those first downs.
You brought it up to me before, Tommy, but in the first game this season, Greenwich had a long 3rd and 10, and they chose to run the ball. Picked it up by about 15 yards, so it doesn't look like they're going to do that here as they're out there in 5 wide, but definitely look to see that later in the game. Lopez motions over into the slot. Tarantano.
Yeah. Lopez lined up as a receiver here.
I think they're going to call it false start. So it's a false start on Greenwich, and now it's going to be a 3rd and long. So tough break for Greenwich. And
the 12th man, that is the crowd, making an impact here early on. Maybe having part in that false start. Rafferty Stadium is rocking.
Yeah, you'd love to think that. So here's Greenwich. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Tarantano on the shotgun with Trips to his left and Lopez in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He'll swing it out to Lopez. Lopez, he's got room to run. He's met at the sticks. We'll see where they mark it, but it was a great tackle there.
Yeah, Lopez with just a burst of speed up the sideline. This one is going to be marked short by a yard.
Unbelievable tackle. We'll see if we can get a replay of that. As they swing it out to Lopez, a little bubble screen. And it's Sam Shaney and Brody Sommers getting involved on that tackle. A great job from the boys. So it's going to be Wildcat here for Greenwich. See a direct snap to Lopez. He'll power up the middle. We'll see where they mark it, but it looks like he's short from up here. They might give it to him. We'll see. Yeah, they'll move those chains. It's a good play call there but from Greenwich. Put the ball in your best player's hands.
Yeah, a little creativity out of Greenwich. Snap it directly to Lopez. He's able to get up the gut there and get the first down.
So Greenwich continues to run this hurry-up offense as Tarantano's out there in the shotgun. He'll motion over Lopez. It's absolutely blanketed in the backfield, and he's got a swarm of Jesuits defensive linemen, and a flag is down. He didn't have a single option downfield, and Jordan Lewis got home with a hit on the quarterback, but we'll see what the flag is.
Jordan Lewis, just one of the elite defensive linemen in Connecticut.
I think they're going to call a holding there, so it's going to be 1st and long.
So 1st and 20, not necessarily the situation the Cardinals want to be in. You touched on this earlier. Their passing game has not been great this year.
Yeah.
And 1st and 20 is kind of a passing situation. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, right now you got the whole playbook open if you're the Cardinals. I wouldn't be surprised if they elect to run the ball here, but we'll see. Tarantano, he'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Lopez. Lopez will bounce it outside, make a spin move, and he's brought down by Newkirk, so gain of around 8 for the Cardinals. And I wouldn't say I'm surprised to see that play call, but I think we'll be seeing a lot more of that as Cardinals run this zone offensive scheme as they run the ball outside the tackles from there. And it was proved to be effective on that play. Tarantano motions Lopez. He'll look at him and he'll take a shot down the middle. It's a great completion by him, and he's brought down by Summers for a gain of about 8.
Yeah, that was Alex Merdella over the middle, a senior tight end for the Cardinals, one of the bigger bodies in that receiving room, able to make the catch in traffic.
Yeah, it's a good play design by the Cardinals. Just getting a quick pass off. They saw the soft coverage by the Jesuits, and you'll take that any day. It's almost like an extension of the run game when you get a pass off like that. And Morella gets a couple extra yards on the ground. So it's interesting formation here by the Cardinals as they have quads to the right of the quarterback, and I think it's going to be timeout Jesuits, as they might have not seen that play on film this past week. So, Tommy, the Cardinals gaining some steam offensively. How do you think the Jesuits can stop them?
Yeah, Cardinals made one mistake with that holding penalty, but besides that, they're moving the ball well here on their second drive. Jesuits have been swarming the guy with the football, but they just need to get there a little bit quicker. Don't let Hector Lopez get any space, or else he will make you pay, especially outside the tackles.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it there on that 1st and 20 run. If he gets room to run, he's going to break a tackle. He broke a tackle from one of the linebackers there. Newkirk brought him down. But on those first 3 carries he had, he was met at the line of scrimmage, and I think the Jesuits have big enough linemen up there where they can bring down a small running back like him. So it's going to be a matter of who can win in the trenches in this one. And so far, I think the Jesuits are doing a great job, but here on third and relatively short, we'll see what the Cardinals dial up. We saw a pretty interesting formation from them. Looks like they're going to run an empty backfield here with trips to Tarantano's right. We see Hector Lopez lined up in the slot. So it's 3rd and short here. Tarantano takes the snap. He'll look, pump fake, and he's running. And he's got the first down. Brought down by John Morris. A great play design there from the Cardinals.
Yeah, one part of Tarantino's game you can't underestimate is his legs. He's got 393 rushing yards in the season and 5 rushing touchdowns. As much as we talk about Lopez in this run game, Tarantino's also played a big role in tacking up these rushing yards.
Yeah, I really like that play call from the Cardinals as well. You got your star running back out there lined up on what most would assume is a quick screen. And Tarantino does a little pump fake and then keeps himself. Does a good job from sophomore picking up the first down. So we see it here from him out of the shotgun. Give it off to Lopez. Never mind, it's a play action. That'll be a nice gain of around 9.
Hudson Squires on the reception, second leading receiver for this Cardinals team.
I'm loving the creativity from Greenwich right now. A little RPO. On first down, you pick up 9 yards. Now the Jesuits are defending from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, usually in these games, you have your first few drives planned out already from a coaching standpoint. They've done a phenomenal job with these play calls.
Tarantino takes a snap, gives it off to Lopez. Lopez has room to run. He hits a hole, and he's brought down by Newkirk. Bursts the speed from Lopez as he splits 2 defenders, and Travaris Newkirk does a good job to keep him out of the end zone there. Now, the Cardinals are operating inside the red zone.
Yeah, Lopez just showed you how dangerous he is. I thought for a second he might take that one all the way to the end zone. Tavares Newkirk making a great play, catching up to him, getting him down from behind.
I have no clue how he caught him there. So here's Tarantino. He'll take the snap, give it off to Lopez. Lopez is brought down by Morris.
I mean, Lopez was just dragging John Morris there. John Morris able to bring him down before the sticks, and more importantly, the goal line. But Lopez leaving his mark on this Jesuits defense early on.
Yeah, it's a really hard run from him. Like you said, John Morris is a huge linebacker and dragged him probably for an extra 3 yards there. So it's going to be second and short. I believe they have a first down here. It's going to be that wildcat formation again with Lopez. Oh, it's not Lopez. It's number 2, It's Kelly. Kelly will take the snap. He's running it in. It's going to be a touchdown. So it's Jack Kelly on the Wildcat.
Yeah, that's a play they've run quite a few times this season. Jack Kelly has 10 rushing touchdowns. Most of them come from inside the 5 on plays like that. Him and Lopez make a great duo in the backfield, and Cardinals score first. 6-0 Greenwich early on.
Yeah, not a player I was looking out for. Made the mistake of assuming it was Hector Lopez, but no. Jack Kelly shows that he's a player that should be known. 10 touchdowns on the season, like you said, and he gets his 11th there as the extra point is up and good. So the Greenwich Cardinals take a 7-0 lead as we near the end of this first quarter. Tommy, that was a very impressive drive from Greenwich, capped off with a touchdown from Jack Kelly. How do you think the Jesuits can bounce back here and get some points on the board?
Yeah, the Jesuits have been a slow start team this year. They went into halftime tied with Law a few weeks ago. Obviously, struggled in the first half, making tackles against Danbury last week. Hasn't really changed much. I mean, Hector Lopez is a phenomenal player, but you just like to see him wrap up, bring him down earlier. Don't let him get those extra yards after contact. Instead, the Cardinals add 7 to the board. And now the Jesuits offense is going to need to come out here and snap back. I mean, you don't want to go down 2 scores this early. You don't want to give them the ball back right away. That defense is tired. That was a long drive by the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, for the Jesuits, they're going to need to put together some kind of drive here. As we see the hefty lefty kick this one off. Yeah, I mean, they only had 3 plays offensively last time out, and I really think that they're going to have to bounce back through the air if they're going to want to come back in this one. So it's a short kick. It's received by Delaney. A little confusion between him and Chad James. He breaks the tackle, and it's brought down around the 20.
Little scuffle after the play there. The Jesuits, both their running backs, Vinny and Scout, averaging over 6 yards a run this season, but I agree. I think the passing game is going to need to come out here. They're going to need to be able to move the ball successfully through the air. If they want to win this game, why not start now?
Yeah, I mean, once you open up that passing game, it really creates room to give the ball to your 2 backs. If the Jesuits become one-dimensional in this one, it's going to be really hard for them to move the ball down the field. I think Greenwich is definitely expecting them to try to run the ball, but if they're able to show that they can pass effectively on this Greenwich defense, they're gonna be able to start giving the ball to these 2 highly talented backs. So Manning take the snap out of the shotgun, gives it off to Lombardo. He'll cut it inside. He's got room to run. It's Vinny Lombardo. Green grass in front of them, number 24 on his heels, and he's brought down. It's a shoelace tackle.
Vinny Lombardo brings it all the way to the 10. Finding a hole, barely caught at the end of the run, but that is going to get this offense going.
Made me eat my words there. The Jesuits' run game showing up as Lombardo cuts it inside between the tackle and the guard, and it's around a 60-yard run, and the Jesuits are in the red zone. Manning will take the snap. They'll give it to Lombardo again as he's brought down by the DN, number 6. It's Justin Carroll.
Yeah, Colin Suvansri on that big Lombardo run with the phenomenal shoelace tackle, not giving up on the play.
It's a great play by the junior. Deserves some praise, but unbelievable job from the offensive line there. If you give a guy like Lombardo a hole like that to run through, he'll find a whole head of steam and pick up a ton of yards. So here are the Jesuits operating in the red zone. It's 2nd and 10. Manning, he's got Lombardo to his right. He'll take the snap. Hands it off to Lombardo, and he's met in the backfield again by Carroll. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Jesuits, if I'm the Jesuits, I'm really looking to come away here with 7.
Yeah.
I know you have a great kicker, so 3 from this distance is almost guaranteed, but I really want to be able to tie this game up, especially after that huge Lombardo run.
Yeah, you don't want to let a play like that go to waste. And if I'm Greenwich here, I'm expecting pass. So we see how they line up defensively. They're going to man them up and press coverage here as Manning will take the snap. He's got pressure. It's Carroll Justin Carroll, 3 tackles in a row as he sacks Manning, and it's going to be 4th and long. The special teams unit comes out.
Justin Carroll, 2nd on the team in tackles, showing why, making a big impact. He's a standout linebacker returning from their state championship winning team last year. He's done a great job so far in this game.
Yeah, Tom, I think it needs to be noted that's an extremely aggressive play call by Greenwich, defensive coordinator. You got your whole field to your back. You got long sticks. It's 3rd and 11. As we see the kick go up by Cornelius, to be expected. That's right down the middle. As I was saying, though, that's a situation where you kind of want to sit back and keep the offense in front of you and just defend the sticks. And they do the complete opposite. They bring the house. They go out there and cover 0. And Justin Carroll gets home in around 2 seconds. So Greenwich extremely aggressive defensively, and a play call that could have been disastrous if Carroll was picked up. But I mean, it was a great job from them, and now Greenwich has the advantage getting the ball back. And it was a quick drive too from the Jesuits, so not a lot of time to breathe for this defensive unit who had a long drive to defend last time out.
Yeah, the drive took about 3 minutes off the clock, but this defense is headed right back out to the field. Phenomenal job by Cornelius there to bang one through the uprights. He'll kick off here again, and this defense, they need to step up big here.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. Lehigh commit doesn't miss much. So he'll kick this one off. So here's Cornelius. It's a wobbler, a line drive, and it's fielded. It's going to be fair caught.
Greenwich looking to return these kickoffs by Cornelius. Most other teams have just opted to let it bounce into the end zone, but I think they're going to call it a fair catch. So the Cardinals are going to take over at the 20. Tarantino coming out here to lead this offense. Hector Lopez joining him. These two have been a phenomenal pairing all season long, trying to leave their mark by making it to Rentschler Field.
So here's this Greenwich offense back on the field as it's Tarantino out of the shotgun. Gives it off to Lopez. Lopez is met by a slew of Jesuit defenders. It's a gain of about 2. So that's what I was talking about before with this this defensive front needing to step up, because that's going to be one of the only ways they can stop this run game. They're not going to beat him in the open field.
Yeah, you have guys like James Burgess up front there blocking holes, and he's going to play a big role in this game.
Greenwich continues to run this hurry up. Tarantino, little hard count, he gets his own guy.
And that's the second mistake we've seen them make.
Yeah, second false start, and you hate to see that if you're Greenwich. They go out there, put a little hard count down at the end of the quarter to try to get the Jesuits to jump, and their own offensive tackle jumps instead, and now they're moving backwards, so it's going to be second and 12 at the end of this first quarter. The clock will wind down as we enter the second quarter. Tommy, really entertaining first quarter of this one. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so far each team's only had 2 drives. Greenwich about to begin their third. Greenwich showing they can move the football on this prep defense with a long drive of about 70 yards that ended in a Jack Kelly touchdown. Hector Lopez also leaving his mark on that drive. And then again, as we saw there, the big 60-yard run by Lombardo. Jesuits had to settle for 3, but I think this is going to be a competitive game. It's going to be a close game. Jesuit special teams doing well so far, and the defense just needs one stop.
Yeah, definitely something to note is that special teams unit, they have a slew of blocked punts this year. I think if they force a punt against Greenwich, it should be something to note that they can go out there and block it at a moment's notice. I believe Taras Newkirk had a blocked punt last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, went against Danbury. They've had a couple big men interceptions off of blocked punts in the past.
So Greenwich has been running this hurry-up offense. We've seen this a lot against the Jesuits this season, where offenses will choose to keep their personnel on the field and forcing the Jesuits to not be able to make subs because they know that this defense has so much depth and they can sub out any given player for someone of equal caliber. So they've been keeping up the tempo and forcing this Jesuits defensive 11 to get tired as Tarantino takes a snap. He's looking deep. And he's 5 yards past the receiver.
Excellent coverage from Brody Sommers, going step for step with him. I mean, the ball wasn't really close, but Brody Sommers never let up an inch of separation. And something about him when he plays Greenwich, he just turns into a different player.
Great coverage there by Sommers. But Tarantino needs to give him a chance there. If you're going to go deep, you gotta at least put it on your guy's hat. So we hear the crowd getting rowdy here as it's 3rd and long. Tarantino will take the snap, motions over Lopez, and he'll take it himself. He's got room to run, and he's met in the hole by Brody Sommers, short of the sticks. Travaris Newkirk was in on the tackle as well.
Yeah, Sommers coming down off of his perch at safety and meeting Tarantino right in the middle of the field. Nice tackle by him in the open field.
Yeah.
Forcing the Cardinals to punt, and as you said, blocked punt watch is on.
Yeah, I thought for a moment there Greenwich was going to keep the offense on the field, but they elect to punt.
Jesuits have Langston as well as Brian Moore back to return this.
Let's go blocking there from Greenwich as Brian Moore will take the punt. It's fielded, but bounce it outside, and he's brought down. So great stop there by the Jesuits offense, a 3 and out that started at the end of the first quarter. And here comes this offense, who last time out, Lombardo had a long carry on their first play of the drive.
One of the most important battles in a football game is the field position battle. Jesuits taking over from the 38-yard line is not a bad place to be.
Yeah, it's a great thought, Tommy. They're only around 30 yards away from field goal range. So here's Manning out of the shotgun. He's got Lombardo in the backfield. He'll give the ball to him. Lombardo, oh, it's Scout Callahan. Pardon. Callahan found a hole. It's a gain of about 9.
Yeah, Callahan and Lombardo both rocking the black long sleeves. I can understand why it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, someone should have told him not to do that. They're two very similar looking players in stature out there, but they run the ball very differently. Callahan's going to put it right down your throat, and Lombardo's going to try to beat you with some finesse. As we see Callahan staying out there on this one, he'll get the ball, bounce it outside, and fights through the tackle of Hunter Woods for the first down. Oh, they're gonna give him that first down.
Callahan is the hardest runner on this Jesuits offense. One of the harder ones I've seen this year.
Yeah.
He'll put his head down. He'll go right through you.
So the Jesuits continuing to keep the tempo up. It's gonna be trips to Manning's right.
Lombardo lined up as a receiver.
Yeah, we've seen him get involved as of late. Delaney's motioned over. Manning will take the snap. He's looking deep. Oh, it's Langston. Forget about it. Oh, I jinxed him. It's through the hands of Langston. We've seen that story so many times before. It usually comes down with those. It was a great ball, too.
Yeah, that one almost a perfectly placed ball. A little too far over the shoulder for Langston. That's one of those, if you're Manning, that you just feel like maybe Langston could have helped you out a little bit.
Yeah, he gave him a good chance there. Threw the ball away from the defender. I don't want to put it on Langston, but those are ones that he usually comes down with. So Manning will take the snap. He gives it off to Lombardo. He's got nowhere to go, and he's brought down in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Jesuits. So that drop pass, and then a stalled run on 2nd down, and now it's going to be 3rd and 11.
Lombardo has fantastic vision, but he tried to be a bit too patient there on that run. I would have loved to see him just keep going to the sideline. I think he had a little bit more space there than he thought. Instead, he hesitated for a second and ended up getting tackled for a loss. I love the aggression of the Jesuits, though, going for a big play on first down. They've been successful in that Manning to Langston connection all year. That time it didn't work out, but signals good things to come for this Jesuits offense.
As we see wide receiver Dakota Newton limping off the field. It's a tough loss for the Jesuits as he's missed a lot of time this season. The wide receiver has been their Manning's number 2 option, in my opinion, this year. And as we see him limp towards the tent. Here, out come the Jesuits. It's 3rd and long. Callahan in the backfield. Manning, he'll take the snap. It's a low one. He's looking downfield. He's got Delaney, and it's overthrown.
A little miscommunication between Manning and Delaney there. Delaney got turned around as I think Manning might have thrown it to the wrong shoulder, or Delaney was looking over the wrong shoulder. This had big play written all over it. Instead, the punt unit comes out for the Jesuits.
Yeah, it was a great route there by Delaney on that flag, but that's a ball that you want to throw towards the sideline. And either Manning thought it was a go up the field vertically, or Delaney ran the wrong route. Either way, Manning missed him, and that could have been a really huge play for the Jesuits. So they're going to be forced to punt. As we see if Ben Cornelius can place this one. Flag is down. It's going to be a short one for Cornelius as pressure came in.
The flag was thrown before the Cardinals got to Cornelius, so this one might be on the Jesuits, possibly a holding call.
Yeah, it was a 20-yard punt, too. So, cold weather coming into play as this ball is probably unbelievably hard to kick. We'll see what the call is, but if it's against the Jesuits, it's going to be false start, so Greenwich will have great field position here with 9 minutes left in this first half. So they're going to decline the penalty. Not sure where that would have put them on the field. Might have been a redo of the punt.
Yeah, if you're the Cardinals, you'd probably rather take this one than give him a redo.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done that again, so Greenwich making the smart decision as out comes this Cardinals offense led by Tarantino. And they'll go straight to the line. As Tarantino will take the snap, gives it off to Lopez. And Lopez breaks through the tackle of Brody Sommers and gets pretty close to the sticks. We'll see where they mark him.
Just a slippery run there. Got through the pile early, broke a tackle on Brody Sommers, kept his legs churning, fought his way for those extra few yards.
Yeah, those are the kind of runs that will beat down this Jesuits defense. Those 10 to 15-yard carries that Lopez is so good at. Here's Tarantino. He'll take the snap, gives it off to Lopez. He's met in the backfield. Never mind, it's QB keeper. Tarantino fooled me.
And the Cardinals are inside the 25-yard line after a phenomenal play by Tarantino. Read the eyes of the defense, kept it himself. Looking like Lamar Jackson out there.
Yeah, he fooled our cameraman too. I mean, that was a really good job from Tarantino on the read option. I think he deserves his credit there. That's a play that a quarterback can make or break if he's able to fool that edge defender. And he fooled Sam Shaney completely, as well as me and the cameraman. So he'll take the snap again. This time he does give it off to Lopez. And he's met by a bunch of Jesuit defenders. So Tarantino getting involved on the run game there.
Yeah, this drive has shown me how the Cardinals have grown since week one. In week one, the run game was pretty basic. Pretty much just turn around and hand it to Lopez. Here they've involved Kelly. They've involved Tarantino. They've done a great job at being creative, this Cardinals coaching staff. And they're giving looks I don't think the Jesuits expected to see.
Tarantino takes a snap, and it's given off to Lopez, who's met in the backfield.
I will say, besides one or two runs, they've contained Lopez very well so far.
Yeah, yeah. Completely agreed, Tommy. I think they've done a great job defensively, and honestly, it's just been those big plays that they've had a hard time stopping, but overall, they've done a great job. It's gonna be 3rd and long here as the crowd is getting involved. It's trips right to Tarantino as he has Lopez in the backfield. The Jesuits stack the box. He'll take the snap. Play action, a bubble screen to number 9. He's met by Oliver Frick.
What a tackle there by Oliver Frick. Michael Golden, the tight end, had the size advantage for sure. Frick got low, and you know, as they say in football, the lower man always wins. Able to make the tackle in the open field. That's not an easy play.
Yeah, that play could have went for a touchdown if Frick didn't chop him down there. Great job by the senior. So Greenwich will go for it here. We'll see what they decide to do.
Might just be trying to get him to jump.
Tarantino's looking back at his coaches, and that's what they were trying to do. Great analysis, Tommy. So they're going to call a timeout. We'll see if they bring out the kicking unit or they just wanted to get a different look out there offensively. But this is a huge down for both teams. As if the Jesuits are able to get to a stop, they're able to build some momentum in this one.
Yeah, after the big play by Tarantino, this Jesuits defense put the clamps on a little bit, forcing a 4th and 5, forcing a decision from the Cardinals. In this weather, kicking it is not a guarantee. I'm interested to see what they're going to do here.
Yeah, I mean, looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field here. We'll see what they dial up. We saw them on, I believe it was a 3rd or 4th down, line up in quads with Lopez looking like he would have got something there. So we'll see what they do here. It's going to be an empty set with trips to Tarantino's right.
I'd watch Tarantino's legs here.
Yeah. Squire's the lone receiver to Tarantino's left. He'll take the snap. It's a fake screen. He'll look to room to run. He's met by Luca Freed. And the pile will get pushed back. Luca Freed with the tackle, assisted by Jordan Lewis. The Jesuits get the stop.
This defense is getting excited. I said watch for his legs. That's what they opted for, a quarterback run. But Luca Freed and the defense was not letting him get anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the play call by Greenwich there. You have much more talented runners in Lopez and Kelly, and you elect to put the ball in your sophomore quarterback's hands. I don't know. I mean, I think they were pretty effective in Wildcat before on the goal line. I think you run a heavy set and give the ball to one of your running backs to be a lot more effective, but it doesn't really matter now as the Jesuits have the ball.
It looked like Prep's defense might have faltered for a second there. Instead, they come out 1st and 10 for Manning in this offense.
Manning takes a snap, gives it off to Lombardo. He's got nowhere to run.
I would love to see Manning drop back and throw on here.
Yeah. Dakota Newton, good to see him back out there. He had one-on-one coverage at the bottom of your screen. I mean, this is a huge guy, 6'2", 200 pounds. Just give him a shot to rise up above the defender, who's definitely capable of doing it.
You have Langston on the outside, Manning's favorite target. He's going to be a receiver I'd look for here.
Empty set here with an H-back lined up as Manning will take the snap and the whistle will be blown.
I think that play was designed to go to Newton.
It's going to be a false start.
These are the mistakes you just can't make.
Yeah. I mean, in a game like this, you're completely right, Tommy. You can't be beating yourself. So now the Jesuits have 2nd and long. This kind of opens up the entire playbook for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they elect to run.
Second and 13.
So Manning,
They got to snap this quick.
He'll take the snap. He's looking deep. It's Dakota Newton. And it's underthrown and broken up by Cirilla as that ball was floating in the air, a little wobbly. I think he had Newton by a step, but it would have been a really hard ball.
Yeah, Manning only has 1 pick on the year. He's done a phenomenal job keeping it out of harm's way.
I think the wind just really killed that one. He put a little too much air on it. But again, like we said, that's exactly what we want to see. I mean, Dakota Newton out there, huge receiver. Let's just take a shot. So we'll see Langston at the top of your screen. He's got safety help on him, and that safety's eyeing him. So he'll be doubled on this play as Manning will take the snap. He's looking downfield. He's looking for Delaney. It's overthrown.
Delaney's been getting a lot of use in the past few weeks. Wasn't really thought to be a premier target on this offense early on, but he's earned his spot, earned his role. He's getting looks.
He's gotten a lot of time defensively. I don't think anyone was expecting him to be an impact player on the offense, but he's proven that he is capable of doing that in the receiving game.
Manning just overthrown his receivers a little bit right now. He needs to get his head in the game soon here.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely capable of completing these passes. I think the weather is a huge factor. I mean, as we see Cornelius take the punt, a lot of pressure. There's going to be no flag. They're going to say he touched the ball. So Greenwich blocks that punt. Cornelius did a good job to get it away. As I was saying, though, it's very cold out here. Tough to throw the ball. But he's definitely a guy who's capable of flipping it into another gear. And if I'm the Jesuits, I'm going to continue to put the ball in his hands.
Yeah, momentum having its impact here in this game. Jesuits come with a big 4th down stop. You'd think they'd make something out of it. Instead, Greenwich gets the ball back at the 30-yard line of the Jesuits. So momentum favoring Greenwich early on.
So here's Tarantino with Lopez lined up in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He's looking to pass. It's a hitch and go. He's got number 4. And it's complete for a touchdown. Hudson Squires with the pass from Tarantino. And Greenwich takes a 10-point lead as we get a replay.
I mean, Tarantino could take a nap in that pocket right there.
I said it during the play. It was a really, really good route from Hudson Squires. It was a little hitch and go. He runs about 5-10 yards and then takes a step back like he's going to hitch back to the quarterback. And Tarantino does a good job selling it with the pump fake. And then Squires just makes a break to the end zone. It was a great ball. So the Jesuits get beat on the first play of that drive, and now they need to respond because the extra point is good. The Jesuits find themselves down 11. We'll get a replay again. We see the pump fake, and Tarantino just airs that one out. It's a great ball. But I think a lot of credit needs to be given to that offensive line. Like you said, he had a lot of time to throw that one.
Yeah, that's Squires' 5th receiving touchdown on the season. A big passing play there from Tarantino. And it's now or never for the Jesuits. They've come out slow in a lot of these games. I thought today was going to be different. The energy felt different. Instead, they find themselves in a 14-3 deficit yet again. I believe this is what the score was at halftime in the Week 1 game.
Yeah, I don't want to see that same result, Tommy. So I'm really shaken up by that fact. But yeah, the Jesuits really do need to respond. They got a lot of time on the clock. They got 2 timeouts, and I want to see them really stretch the field out with Manning's arm this drive. I think he needs to gain some confidence, and obviously we've seen it a lot of times this season. Once he gets going, he's pretty hard to stop. As we see that fielded by Chad James, and they're gonna what's the call here?
They send me a touchback. I believe if you have possession of the ball and you step into the end zone in high school, they'll just take you to the 20-yard line.
Interesting. So they're going to call a touchback there. Probably worked out in the Jesuits' favor as looked like Chad James was going to be swarmed. And out comes the Jesuits' offense. Tommy, how can they respond?
Yeah, I mean, I think a key part right now is not only do you want to score, but you also really don't want to give the Cardinals the ball back with much time. So I would like a little to establish the run, get some momentum going into the second half. Don't give the Cardinals time to respond. I think a 3-and-out is the worst possible thing that could happen here.
Yeah.
especially the way the Greenwich special teams have been playing. If you give them good field position again, no doubt in my mind they can go and score. So I think his long, sustained drive is going to be the key.
Yeah, and they get the ball at half as well, the Jesuits. So long drive here that ends in a touchdown gives you a lot of momentum going into the second half where they receive the kickoff. So I think this drive's kind of, up to this point, the most important one of the game. There's a little confusion on the field from the officials. I think they're talking about that kickoff. Oh, yeah, because it's being marked. It's being marked at around the 3. I think they're going to say Chad James maybe signaled to fair catch.
I would not agree with this call if that is what ends up being the decision.
Yeah. He definitely did not give any signal that he was going to.
I believe it's because he was turning around to try and catch that football.
Yeah, he was just moving his arm around to balance himself. That obviously is not a signal to catch the ball, as we see a upset fan holler. So, yeah, now the Jesuits have 95 yards of field to travel down, and hate to say it, I kind of agree with that guy. This is absurd call. And now the Jesuits are on their heels. We see them out in the I form now. We don't see this often from them. It'll be a give to the fullback, and he's met with nowhere to go. So the Jesuits, really important drive, and it's been killed by questionable call. We'll see what they can do here, but you can't really afford to drop Manning back here on your own goal line, as a safety would be detrimental for them.
That was Leo Buzzy on the carry, number 15 for the Jesuits.
So see this I form again. It's getting off to Lombardo, and he's just got nowhere to go.
This is going to be a tough situation to punt from as well. You'd love to see him just get a few yards on this third down, salvage something.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it again. This Greenwich special teams has been very impressive, and Cornelius won't be able to take his usual distance away from the line of scrimmage lined up here. So they cannot afford to punt from here. If they're going to have to punt, they got to gain some yards on this play. But the Jesuits obviously are looking to pick up a first down. So we'll see Manning out here lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to drop back. He's stepping up in the pocket, and he's brought down from behind by number 11, Andy Stedham.
I can't say enough about these Cardinals defensive backs so far this game. That's the one drop back where Manning's really had a decent amount of time. Like, it looked like he had time to make a play. There's just nothing there. He has to step up, try and make something, make sure he doesn't get a safety. And now, I mean, this special teams unit has a challenge ahead of them for the Jesuits trying to get this punt off.
One of the best in the state, but Greenwich has proven that their defensive unit is up for the task. But that's just a absolute crushing call there on that kickoff. I mean,
this drive would have gone so much differently if it started from the 20.
I mean, we rarely see them run under center, and you're kind of forced to get the ball off the line of scrimmage, or at least try to. And Greenwich immediately sniffed out what the Jesuits were trying to do, and then on 3rd and long, you know they're going to throw it. So, like I said before, you put yourself in those kind of situations. Obviously, they didn't put themselves in that situation, but when you're put in those kind of situations, you become one-dimensional. You become easy to predict, and this Greenwich defense isn't going to be fooled by any trickery when they know exactly what you're going to call. So here's the punt. Greenwich loads up the box. Cornelius rips a good punt. It's around 40 yards. Will be fielded. He's got room to run. He's brought down by Sam Sheeny at around the 25-yard line, so it's amazing field position for the Greenwich Cardinals. And now this Fairfield Prep defense needs to step up, or it's going to be a tall task for them in this second half to come back.
Yeah, this defense needs to get aggressive. They need to force negative plays. The last thing you want to do is go down 3 scores in the first half of a football game.
Yeah, especially against a team like Greenwich. I mean, Jesuits are in a really tough spot now. But this defense has proven that they can stop this team. See if they're able to now. Tarantino, he'll take the snap, gives it off to Lopez. Lopez is met by Brody Summers, who was trying to get the ball out. It's gonna be a loss of about half yard.
Good play there by the defense, not letting Lopez go anywhere. Jesuits forced 2 turnovers in the first game against Greenwich. One of those would just be massive right here.
Tarantino motions in the receiver, and he'll take the snap. He'll swing it out to number 12. Number 12 hits a hole and picks up the first down. It's Alex Mergella. And Greenwich is knocking on the door, so a quick screen there. Gain of about 12 as we'll get a replay.
Screens, the extension of the run game, as they call them, been effective here for the Cardinals. It's one of the issues the defense has struggled with here on the Jesuit side of things. Danbury had a 30-yard screen, a screen pass go for 30 yards last week and a touchdown.
So we'll see the Wildcat again. If I believe Lopez back there, he'll take the snap. No, it's Jack Kelly, pardon. He'll run it down the middle, short gain. Jack Kelly seems to be that Wildcat back for them.
Yeah, that's where he's racked up most of his touchdowns this year in that Wildcat formation. He's been doing a good job. He has one here tonight already.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to continue to run this formation as Tarantino is not on the field. Tarantino, pardon. Yeah, they'll continue to run this formation. We'll see if they have any other plays out of this Wildcat. As Kelly will take the snap and motion over a player. And he runs it to his right. It's going to be a quick pass, just short of Michael Golden. So a little trickery from Greenwich, and was very lucky as Michael Golden was wide open.
Yeah, Detroit Lions-esque from the Cardinals there. I think this pass might have been deflected, or Jack Kelly just not used to throwing on the run. But Golden was wide open in the end zone. Jesuits get a break, and maybe that's the break they needed.
Yeah.
Third and goal here.
Hugely important play here. The Jesuits are able to get a stop. Keeps this game in reach. As we'll see, empty set here. It's quads to Tarantino's right. And he'll take the snap. It's a quick screen to Lopez, and it's through his hands. The Jesuits stand on their heads defensively and get the stop. We'll see what the call is from the Cardinals. It looks like they're going to bring out the kicking unit.
Shaney, incredible pressure coming off the edge. And this ball, Frick had a chance at it.
Yeah, I mean, if Frick was able to intercept that and take it to the house, that would have been unbelievable. But he was getting a little held there by that receiver blocking. And Greenwich is forced to kick. It's a short one. It's going to be good. A great kick. There's a lot of pressure was coming in from the outside there.
Yeah, that one was almost blocked. Both these special teams defensively putting some pressure on, not letting anything be a given. So Jesuits get the job done defensively. They'll be able to reset their field position, maybe make a final push with 50 seconds remaining. And if not, they get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, I think getting points on the board here will be huge for the Jesuits if they're somehow able to pick up a touchdown with under a minute left. They do have 2 timeouts. But, yeah, a touchdown here would make this a 1-score game going into the half. And like you said, they get the ball. An update on the other side of the bracket as Southington is up 30 points. So the winner of this one will play them in the final.
Yeah, Southington's a good team, one of the hottest teams in the state. I believe they've run 6 or 7 in a row. So they're going to be a hot team. Whoever wins this game is not going to have an easy task ahead of them.
Yeah. So the ensuing kickoff here with James and Moore back. That one's punched, and it's off the face of James. He's able to field it He's got nowhere to go, and he's brought down at around the 20-yard line. So it's a bullet there from the hefty lefty. And the Jesuits will take the ball.
All right, Jeremiah Langston gonna need to make an impact here. He's the take the top off the defense threat that the Jesuits have.
Yeah, I think he has 2 targets in this game, no receptions. They're definitely gonna need to get him going if they want to come away with a victory in this one.
Cardinals not really playing prevent defense yet. They do have 2 safeties high, but they're all pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they have that safety over Langston here. As it's going to be a quick screen to him, and it's broken up. Great coverage there by number 2, Jack Kelly. And there's going to be a flag thrown for pass interference, but I think something to note there defensively, the Cardinals are doubling Langston. As we saw press coverage from Kelly, and then it was number 3, Galandino, the DB, over top of him. So it's going to be really hard for Langston to beat them over the top with those 2 guys guarding him.
Yeah, I mean, Langston is by far and above the biggest threat in the receiving room. Teams have tried to double him before. He's just blown right by him. But, I mean, this Greenwich defense, these defensive backs, they've done a phenomenal job. One of the best, actually, they are the best defense in the state, only allowing 12 points per game. And they've really let it known that they're not letting Langston beat them.
Yeah, it's going to come down to these other receivers, honestly. I mean, it is an advantage when you have 2 guys marking one guy. It opens up the field for other players like Dakota Newton and more. So Manning might not have his number 1 guy, but he has a lot of talent on the field as he drops back. It's a lot of pressure, and that ball flies in front of Moore. So Manning off the mark yet again. And it's going to be 2nd and long. But again, I think if you're the Jesuits, you got to keep the ball in his hands. He's capable enough to take the top off any defense.
Manning struggling a little bit just with the touch early on, finding the right distances. I have full trust in him though that he can regain his footing here and find his targets.
So he'll take the snap. He's got pressure in his face. He spins away and hits Langston. Langston, he's got room to run. He's tackled by the shoelace by Jack Kelly. The Jesuits rush to the line. It'll be 1st down. That's a great ball from Manning with pressure in his face. A desperation just puts it into space, gives it to the track star receiver, Langston. And Langston, if he's able to get away from Kelly, that could have been a gain of a lot more, but it was a great job by the DB and running back.
Yeah, 2 shoelace tackles in this game could be a whole lot different right there. That's a little area pass from Manning. Just lofting it out there, letting Langston run into it, and he'll get those yards after catch. He had a big 70-yard slant route reception against Danbury last week, so as good as he is down the field, he can run those little slants and get a lot of yards.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that can just beat you anyway. Deep pass game, short pass game. Give him the ball on the ground and he'll beat you. And now the Jesuits around 55 yards to the end zone, and I don't think the touchdown's out of the question yet, as they have 1 timeout in 30 seconds. See Langston at the top of the screen, he's doubled.
Yeah, they're not even trying to hide at this point. They have 2 guys literally lined up right in front of them.
Manning, he's looking for Newton. Oh, it's off the hands of Dakota Newton. It's a good ball from Manning. He gave him a shot.
That's the best throw I've seen from Manning all day.
Yeah, layered it in between the defender. Newton's really got to come down with that. I think he just mistimed his jump. That would have been a huge gain for the Jesuits. They could have ran down there, spiked the ball, and had around 25 seconds to
not the end of the world. Clock stops.
They do have time, and Greenwich continues to stay aggressive, running 0 coverage. They're manned up across the board. Manning rolls out. He's looking for Delaney. It's caught one-handed, a gain of about 5, and he'll rush to the line. It's a good grab from Delaney with one hand. They're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, Jesuits, I mean, it would have been a bad decision if they tried to go run up and spike that. Smart move by Hellstern there to call the timeout. They'll be able to talk it over. Moving the ball better than they have in their past drives. Still yet to connect downfield. Manning showing some promise, some signs of things to come here in the second half, but there's still plenty of time left here to maybe get down and get a field goal at this point.
Yeah, if I'm the Jesuits, I'm opening up my entire pass game, because if you're able to get to around the 30-yard line, you're in field goal range, so you could just go up there and spike it. But they have enough time to get up there and spike it. They're out of timeouts, and I think the goal here has got to just get some points on the board, because if they kick in a field goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion brings it to the 3-point lead. So we see Manning here, empty set. It's going to be 5 wide with 17 seconds left in this first half. He takes a snap. It's a low one. He's looking deep. It's Colin Delaney. Delaney brings it in. He brings it in.
The play the Jesuits needed from Robbie Manning finally finds Delaney down the field.
As they rush to the ball, clock will run and Manning will spike it. Unbelievable throw by Robbie Manning. And Colin Delaney adjusts and comes down with it. Cornelius will have an opportunity to kick the field goal. We see a low snap there. Manning layers that ball in perfectly to Delaney. It was a great catch, too.
Manning not trying to do too much of that ball, not trying to lead him downfield, just put it where only Delaney can catch it, and he does that job perfectly.
Yeah, it's definitely something to note. He could have opted to air that one out and give him a shot for the end zone, but he picked his spot and just wanted to get into field goal range, and that's a perfect ball. So timeout here from Greenwich as they look to ice Cornelius. Figuratively and literally.
Yeah, it is freezing out here. Cornelius's feet probably not looking forward to this, but he's a great kicker. He can hopefully look to put one through the goalposts. Make it a 2-score game again.
The Jesuits proven that they can beat this Greenwich team in the air. I think they're definitely going to be looking to come out in the second half throwing the ball, as Greenwich just put a stop to their run game except for that one carry by Lombardo.
The Jesuits, they're not foreign to being down at half. They've been tied at half a couple times. They were down against North Haven. They faced adversity, and they always come out of the locker room firing. So if this one goes through, don't count them out yet.
It's going to be Cornelius from around 35 yards out. Callahan with the hold. Will take the snap. The kick is up. It's a line drive and off the post. Cornelius dinks it off the post, and that will be the end of the first half, as the Jesuits find themselves down 14.
It is a tough day to kick. The conditions are tough. This one dinks off the goalpost.
I mean, it looked good. I really thought that one was going in. It had straight ball flight. And Cornelius off the mark by a foot.
Still only a 14-point game. Jesuits get the ball at the half. What did you see out of that first half that you really liked out of the Jesuits?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it at the end there. I think that was the highlight of the game for them offensively, as Manning was able to dice up Greenwich, finding Delaney a few times and looking for Dakota Newton on a couple deep passes. But other than that, it has been a struggle offensively and defensively, as we've seen Greenwich dominate on the ground in that first half, led by Jack Kelly, Hector Lopez, and Tarantano. But, Tommy, I really think this one is in reach. The Jesuits get the ball at half, and a touchdown, a stop, and another touchdown, and all of a sudden this game is tied. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but they have the talent to do it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this second half. Jesuits, a notorious second half team. We're going to send you to commercials, but we'll be back soon.
Before I come to officiate your game, I'm busy at work.
Before I was a high school official, I was a young athlete myself.
Before I heard you yelling at me from the stands, I was a parent on the sideline cheering for my own kids.
And before each season and before each game, like you, I'm prepared and I'm excited.
Remember,
We're a lot
Like you.
For generations, we've shaped young men into leaders, thinkers, and compassionate individuals. But to maintain our tradition of excellence, we must evolve and grow.
In the Ignatian tradition, I begin my day with gratitude. Gratitude for you, our generous supporters and benefactors who have been critical to our success. Now, we invite you to build an even brighter future.
Our campaign focuses on 3 essential pillars that will propel Fairfield Prep into the future.
By expanding our financial aid program, we'll ensure that a Fairfield Prep education is accessible to deserving students from all backgrounds.
It's critical that we continue to expand scholarship opportunities for students whose families can't afford full tuition and allow them to be part of the prep experience, because in fact, they make the prep experience.
Fairfield Prep is a very special place, but what makes it special is the people here.
I know so many people here who are great athletes and then they turn around and go play with the band or write a short story for a creative writing contest.
Whether you like athletics or engineering or art, there's so much to do after school.
Our commitment to excellence means providing our faculty with cutting-edge professional development opportunities, empowering them to inspire and challenge our students.
By supporting our educators to always pursue learning, we're producing great teachers in the classroom, but also great role models for our students.
The faculty here at Fairfield Prep are invited to learn more about the traditions that we are upholding in the classroom, and one of the ways that we do that is through the Jesuit Educators Academy.
The Jesuit Educators Academy is a 5-year program in which teachers who are new to prep learn about the mission and core values of Ignatian spirituality.
If we do not train faculty, we don't produce the type of students who can go out and set the world afire.
We're enhancing our campus with state-of-the-art facilities, with a center for arts and recreation, and expanding our academic support services to nurture every student's potential.
We use a scaffolding approach to provide resources to ensure academic success for our students.
As an athlete and a musician, it's great to have new facilities that really enhance what prep is all about.
I've had to learn and grow into being a well-rounded person. Here at Prep, we call it cura personalis, or care of the whole person.
Our world needs leaders of conscience, compassion,
competence, and commitment.
Shaped by a Jesuit Catholic education.
All of this is a fabric woven together that becomes the graduate at graduation.
What is a grad at grad?
Open to growth.
Intellectually competent.
Religious.
Loving.
Committed to doing justice.
These are the hallmarks of a Fairfield Prep graduate.
Ignatius said he could find God in all things. Our education is about finding God in each other and in the world around us.
We need your help to meet the demands of a rapidly changing world.
Together, let's shape the future of our school, forming leaders who support the values of Fairfield Prep. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Go forth.
For generations, we've shaped young men into leaders, thinkers, and compassionate individuals. But to maintain our tradition of excellence, we must evolve and grow.
In the Ignatian tradition, I begin my day with gratitude. Gratitude for you, our generous supporters and benefactors who have been critical to our success. Now, we invite you to build an even brighter future.
Our campaign focuses on 3 essential pillars that will propel Fairfield Prep into the future.
By expanding our financial aid program, we'll ensure that a Fairfield Prep education is accessible to deserving students from all backgrounds.
It's critical that we continue to expand scholarship opportunities for students whose families can't afford full tuition and allow them to be part of the prep experience, because in fact, they make the prep experience.
Fairfield Prep is a very special place, but what makes it special is the people here.
I know so many people here who are great athletes and then they turn around and go play with the band or write a short story for a creative writing contest.
Whether you like athletics or engineering or art, there's so much to do after school.
Our commitment to excellence means providing our faculty with cutting-edge professional development opportunities, empowering them to inspire and challenge our students.
By supporting our educators to always pursue learning, we're producing great teachers in the classroom, but also great role models for our students.
The faculty here at Fairfield Prep are invited to learn more about the traditions that we are upholding in the classroom, and one of the ways that we do that is through the Jesuit Educators Academy.
The Jesuit Educators Academy is a 5-year program in which teachers who are new to prep learn about the mission and core values of Ignatian spirituality.
If we do not train faculty, we don't produce the type of students who can go out and set the world afire.
We're enhancing our campus with state-of-the-art facilities, with a center for arts and recreation, and expanding our academic support services to nurture every student's potential.
We use a scaffolding approach to provide resources to ensure academic success for our students.
As an athlete and a musician, it's great to have new facilities that really enhance what prep is all about.
I've had to learn and grow into being a well-rounded person. Here at Prep, we call it Cura Personalis, or care of the whole person.
Our world needs leaders of conscience, compassion,
competence, and commitment.
Shaped by a Jesuit Catholic education.
All of this is a fabric woven together that becomes the graduate at graduation.
What is a grad at grad?
Open to growth.
Intellectually competent.
Religious.
Loving.
Committed to doing justice.
These are the hallmarks of a Fairfield Prep graduate.
Ignatius said he could find God in all things. Our education is about finding God in each other and in the world around us.
We need your help to meet the demands of a rapidly changing world.
Together, let's shape the future of our school, forming leaders who support the values of Fairfield Prep. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Go forth.
Back here at Rafferty Stadium, here on the campus of Fairfield University. And I swear it's dropped 10 degrees during halftime. I'm way colder. As the Jesuits find themselves down 14 points in this one. They receive the second half kickoff. Tommy, I'm so cold, I don't really know what to say to you, but
yeah, I got 2 socks on, and I mean on each foot, and it's making 0 difference.
Dude.
It's just,
this is so cold.
I can only imagine how the players are feeling.
I know. I mean, it just makes a lot of sense why Cornelius missed that kick. His feet are probably a block of ice right now. But the ensuing second half kickoff will occur in the next coming seconds, and Tommy, Jesuits are still in this one as they receive the kick. How do you think they can respond and get back in this game.
Yeah, it's some weird thing with this Jesuits team. They always just play 10 times better in the second half.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's they need to get acquainted with the game or they need the Hellstern halftime locker room speech, whatever it is. They always play better in the second half. They definitely have a shot here. They get the ball, make a statement with the run game, hit a few over the top. This game is not over. And these seniors are going to be playing their hearts out in their final game at Rafferty Stadium.
I mean, as we know, Hellstern, one of the greatest leader of men that God has given us. He really knows how to get the boys going during halftime. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out here firing on all cylinders. But Greenwich has taken a substantial lead in the first half, led by quarterback Tarantino, Jack Kelly, and Hector Lopez on the offensive front. They've ran the ball all over the field. And the Jesuits have also caught a few bad breaks with some officiating calls, some missed passes, and not capitalizing on big plays. But this game is still within the grasp of this team. We get a shot at my back there. Great job, boys. So the hefty lefty will take the kick. I'm starting to be a fan of this guy.
Yeah, he hasn't, I mean, he's got one field goal on the day. He's done a great job on the kickoffs as well. Pinned the Jesuits to the 3-yard line. I don't know if that was more him or the officials, but.
Yeah, it was the officials. Let's not get that confused. This guy does not deserve credit for that one. So the special teams unit, led by the valiant Grayson Plouffe, will receive the second half kickoff.
Langston on the reception will cut one to the outside with a little bit of room here up the sideline. Langston's going to fight his way to the 30.
Yeah, that's what we need to see from Jeremiah Langston. He's got to get involved. He was targeted a few times in that first half, but was not able to come down with the ball. So we see him get involved on the special teams, giving the Jesuits some good field position. I mean, not a lot of guys can do that. He sees he's got nowhere to run and just reverses field. He's brought down by the hefty lefty there.
Yeah, in my opinion, the best formula to win football games is just get the hands in your best, get the football in the hands of your best playmakers.
Yeah, complete opposite of what the Browns did this past Sunday.
Yeah, taking Shadur off the field was an interesting decision. So now Manning with Lombardo in the backfield will start the second half as the Jesuits trail by 14. This one is given to Lombardo. And he has nowhere to go. He is brought down by Andy Stedham on the outside for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Greenwich rallying on the football there. This is going to be a TFL by Stedham. As we take a look at the bracket here, Southington defeats NFA with a commanding victory, 42-7. So whoever wins this one will have a tough matchup against Southington, who's proven to be much better than their rank.
Yeah, the hottest team in the state, if you ask me. Manning will keep this one himself, and he slips down. Touched there by Michael Golden. And Jesuits just coming out in the worst way possible to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cold out here that the turf here at Rafferty Stadium has become an ice rink as Manning slips down behind the line of scrimmage there. I mean, I don't really blame him. I played on this field when it's cold, and it's a complete nightmare. You're not really able to get your studs into the field. So, obviously, it's a tough break for the Jesuits as now they face a 3rd and 15, but they really can't afford to make more mistakes like that if they're going to want to come back in this one.
There is no playing it safe in the second half for the Jesuits here. Manning sends Lombardo in motion. This one's going to be checked down to him. Lombardo breaks a tackle, fights his way for 7.
What a stiff arm there by Lombardo and Nico Gallandino. Told him to sit down. And if I'm the Jesuits, I'm keeping the offense on the field. I'm not going to lie. You got nothing to lose in this one, but they're going to elect a punt.
Defense did have a little momentum. After the Cardinals had great field position, the defense forced a field goal.
I don't know. I feel like this is a game, obviously playoff game. Winner goes to the final. You got to do everything you can to come back in this one.
Off the end of the foot for Cornelius there, but he gets a good bounce. And the return man dodges 2 tackles for the Cardinals, makes his way up to midfield.
Yeah, Chad James almost got a hold of the ball there with that hard hit, came flying in. I think for the Jesuits, turnover is a must on this dive. on this defensive drive. They're definitely capable of forcing one. They've had a lot of hard hits thrown. I think if they're able to jar a ball loose here, it'll be a lot of momentum for the entire team.
Jesuits turning the ball over is their strength defensively. But I want to see Jordan Lewis make some plays. Not that he's been quiet this game. Hasn't recorded a sack yet. Only has one tackle for loss. I want to see him get back there, get in Tarantino's face. Put some pressure on this quarterback.
Yeah, he's proven to be extremely effective for the Jesuits defense this year. Love to see him get a little more involved. Not that he hasn't been, like you said, but he's a guy who can completely take over a game once he gets hot.
Tarantino takes the snap, runs to his left. Lopez, the lead blocker. Tarantino goes for 3. Brought down by John Morris.
Barrett got involved there on the tackle. It was a short gain. The Jesuits defense continues to face a strong Greenwich run game. Done a relatively good job stacking the box, keeping those 4 down linemen. We see Travaris Newkirk looking like he's going to come off the edge here.
Tarantino hands this one off to Lopez. Lopez fights his way through a crowd and gets the first down. Lopez goes for 10.
Yeah, it's a great run from Hector Lopez. He's really patient there, waits for the hole to open up, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Lopez, not the biggest in stature, but that almost helps him. Able to slip through these piles, get those first downs, move the sticks. Really doing a great job of that here tonight.
So we see Dan DeLibero on the ground, a little shaken up after the last play. It's going to be an injury timeout. If he's not able to return, it'll be a tough loss here.
The Fordham commit for baseball. He's had a great season with the Jesuits. Standout junior in this linebacking group. Cardinals offense moving the ball efficiently here in the second half to start it off. Gotten that first down, already out to the 35 about. Love to see DeLibero up and walking.
So DeLibero is able to exit the field under his own power. Coming in for him is number 34, Mason Carbone, junior middle linebacker.
Jesuits need to make a stand. Tarantino sets Lopez in motion. Lopez gets the football up the middle, and he is brought down by Burgess, who wrapped his ankles up and didn't let him get anywhere.
That's a great job from Burgess there. He came flying down the middle. Those are the kind of plays the Jesuits are going to need if they want to come back in this one.
This is certainly not field goal range from the Cardinals, so if the Jesuits could get a stop on these next 2 plays, they would get the football back without giving up a score. Tarantino gives this one to Lopez. Lopez again fights his way through the middle, and a horde of prep defenders is needed to take him down.
Lopez continuing to chip away on this Jesuit defense as Greenwich is yet to throw the ball this drive. They're really going to rely on this run game, and I don't really blame them. It's been the strong point of their team this entire season, when they've shown so far in the second half that it's might be good enough to put the Jesuits away. Hopefully, with a lot of time on the board, the Jesuits will be able to come back in this one, but as of now, a stop here is essential.
Tarantino hands off to Lopez. Lopez shifting his way through the crowd. He somehow stays on his feet to get another first down. He is just a first down machine here.
That's a great run from Lopez. I mean, I thought he was down.
Oh, he's going to be 2 yards short. I apologize.
I thought he was down after he was hit around the 5 yards gain, and he just kept going, turned for another 3 yards. So they continue to rely on the senior running back. It's proving to be a smart game plan. I think the threat of Tarantino also needs to be kept into account as he has a touchdown on this game to Squires.
Tarantino takes the handoff. You'll follow Lopez around the left side. Tarantino with the hole. He'll be brought down, but not before he gets the first down, and it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Cardinals inside the 7-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good run there from the sophomore. He doesn't really seem like the kind of player that will beat you with his legs, but he's proven this game that he's 100% capable. He had a long run on the QB option, and there they call it QB keeper as he runs it out to the left side and is able to pick up the first down. So Greenwich showing that they have weapons at all levels of this team, all age groups.
2 wide receivers out to the left for the Cardinals. Watch out for Golden, number 9, the big tight end. This one just going to go to Lopez, who bounces out to the left side, and he will run his way into the end zone as the Cardinals take a commanding 3-score lead. Middle 3rd quarter here. Lopez with a great run.
That's a tough break for the Jesuits as the game seemed right in front of them as they started out the second half, and now they find themselves down 3 scores. And that was a long drive, too. A lot of the clock was chewed off. And if I'm the Jesuits, a touchdown or bust on this next drive.
I couldn't say it better myself. As the Cardinals knock the extra point through, it's going to be a 24-3 game. It hasn't felt like a 24-3 game.
Yeah,
I feel like the Jesuits have been a lot closer. They've had their tough losses to Greenwich before. Think back to the 2023 state championship. This hasn't felt like that.
No,
it's just a few plays have gone the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you, Tom. I mean, this game feels a lot closer than the scoreboard is alluding to. I mean, they've had a couple long plays, have been explosive, but they just have not been able to capitalize. And if I'm the Jesuits, I'm looking towards the leadership of Grayson Pluff. He's out there on the special teams unit, and he's definitely one of those guys who can get the team going.
They have Langston and James back there to return it. James has given the Jesuits a boost before in the returning game. This could be something they really need.
So it's touchdown or bust for the Jesuits here with the season on the line.
This is squibbed and going to be returned by Callahan, who will get past the 30-yard line. Not awful field position for the Jesuits as the Cardinals defense takes the field.
Yeah, it's definitely something to note, Tommy. Jesuits, I wouldn't say it's a short field, but they've only got about 65 yards to go to get into the end zone, and it's definitely something that will be in their favor as they come out here this drive. If I'm the Jesuits, I'm going to be throwing the ball. Their run game has been pretty ineffective apart from 1 carry, and I think you've got to give the ball to your senior quarterback. Give him a chance to get your team back in this game. I think they are looking to do that as they have trips to Manning's right.
Manning drops back. This will be a passing play. Lofts this one to Newton, just throws it a little too far. Newton had nowhere to go anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they were absolutely blanketed over the top there, the Jesuits. It was unbelievable coverage from Greenwich. And I mean, obviously there's a situation where you want to throw the ball, but they really have just had nothing. And I really commend Greenwich for sticking to their guns here. I think they've come out in man coverage every single play. And that's just trusting your guys, knowing you have the right personnel to be able to match up with these Jesuit receivers and see if they continue to do so.
Manning throwing again, pressured, hit as he throws, looks over the middle. He had Langston, but that hit as he threw it made him a little bit inaccurate, threw it too far over the middle.
Yeah, he just missed Langston there, and again, they're just not able to connect.
This is certainly a scenario where you keep your offense on the field on 4th down.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
This is a two plays to get 10 yards for the Jesuits. This is desperate.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put a run out of the question here for them, as this is obviously 4-down territory. They have Callahan lined up in the backfield. See what the call is.
Manning will pass, pressured immediately, lofts it, has Delaney. Delaney brought down after getting a reception for about 6.
Yeah, that Greenwich defensive lineman came in basically untouched on Manning. I'm really surprised he was able to get that ball out. You send number 90 there, splitting the guard and the tackle. It was a great grab from Delaney. And
Jesuits punt team was sent out for a second, but they were brought back. The offense will stay on the field. I love this decision.
You can't punt the ball here down 3 scores against a team like Greenwich. You've got to be aggressive. And honestly, this play here could be a deciding factor in this game. You see Manning in an empty set with trips to his right.
2 receivers on each side, or 3 receivers. So Fairfield Prep takes a timeout. Probably would have wanted to hold on to one of those if they're going to mount a comeback, but
yeah, it's an interesting decision there. But
rather be safe on 4th down on a play that could define the game.
Exactly what I was going to say, Tommy. I mean, this is obviously a huge game, and you don't want to make any mistakes. You want to make sure your team knows exactly what's going on offensively. But yeah, I mean, it is upsetting that at this point in the game, it's come down to a play like this that might become a deciding factor in this game, because if the Jesuits aren't able to pick this up, Greenwich has a short field, and they've shown that their run game is very effective in this second half. I don't know if the defense will be able to stop them. So
yeah, the way they've been running the football, the Jesuits don't get this. They get 2, maybe 3 possessions more. Greenwich just takes so much time off the clock with every drive.
Yeah, that's also a huge thing that Greenwich is great at. They take a lot of time off the clock during their long drives because they run the ball so much.
So Manning empty in the backfield. Play of the year for the Jesuits. Manning pressured immediately. Unblocked pressure comes straight through and bats the pass down. Manning didn't even have a chance. That was just unfortunate blocking by the offensive line, and I think everyone had a man covered.
Yeah, I mean, he's untouched in there again in this Greenwich defense. Honestly, the defensive play calling has been exceptional. They stick to their guns yet again on fourth and medium as they run 0 coverage and blitz 6. So they're manning up across the board and then stacking the box. And instead of dropping those linebackers back into coverage like most teams would, running a little dummy, they just choose to bring the house, and it pays out.
Almost a turnover or bust defensive possession for the Jesuits if they can't force a 3 and out. Good start there as Lopez goes nowhere.
Yeah, like you said, Tommy, 3 and out is necessary here. You can't afford to bleed any time off the clock. This is outside of field goal range, so if they're able to get a 3 and out here, it might be a short punt, or they might go for it on 4th down. So
Hellstern's probably told his defense take a swing at every ball they see.
Yeah.
Trying to knock something out, make something happen defensively.
It's like in Madden when you turn on like the aggressive tackle.
Yeah.
That's what they got to do. Try to punch out every ball. The extra yards don't matter at this point.
Tarantino drops back. First time he's been looking to throw in the second half. Throws it over the middle.
Oh, my gosh.
Great play by Newkirk to force that incompletion.
Oh, that ball was floating in the air for a second. I thought the safety was going to be able to come down with it. It's a good ball there from Tarantino, and the receiver got up there with one hand. If he were to come down with that one, I mean, that would have been unbelievable.
Michael Golden, his intended target, is the tallest guy on the field, standing at least 6'8", 6'7". So when you see him over the middle, any ball thrown his way should be caught. Newkirk on a great play there. So 3rd and 10. Jesuits defense needs to step up. Tarantino hands this one off to Lopez. Lopez is going to fight. He's going to be a yard or 2 short, I believe.
I mean, again, I really love the play call there from Greenwich. They've shown it a lot in this game where they motion out Lopez into the flat looking for like a quick screen, and that time he just stops in his tracks, gets set. It's a legal play because he was in his stance, and they give him the ball. I mean, I saw Sommers step over. He's expecting that swing pass, and then they immediately hand him off the ball. So Greenwich, again, it's been a really good job coaching for them in my eyes this game. I think the play on the field from the players have been pretty similar. I just really think Greenwich's scheme in this one has been exceptional.
Greenwich and Wildcat. Kelly will receive the snap. He's going to take this one right up the gut, and he's stuffed by John Morris. A huge tackle to force Greenwich off the field. And this defense did their job.
Great job there by John Morris. He knew exactly what was going on. Greenwich ran that play a few times with Jack Kelly, and Morris steps up, meets him in the hole, and now the Jesuits have some momentum. They got to go down here and score.
John Morris not letting him go anywhere. Senior leader on this defense, making a big play here to keep this team's hopes alive. 2:51 left in the third. Manning with Callahan in the backfield. Manning looks to throw, has Newton, and Newton drops it.
Yeah, you just can't afford that in a game like this. Newton's got to come down with that one.
Newton had at least 5 there. He would have gotten out of bounds too.
And I like that kind of play from the Jesuits. I mean, you got to take what you can get at this point, and that's the kind of play that can stack up and become a lot longer plays. We see Langston now. He's finally got ISO coverage at the top of the screen. No safety help. If I'm Manning, I'm looking at him the entire way.
Manning pressured, rolls to his right, has to throw on the run. Way to get the ball out of there. But yeah, I mean, the one time you have single coverage on Langston, pressure's just too much for Manning.
We see number 6 getting into the backfield there, Justin Carroll. So yeah, Greenwich really knows what they have with this Jesuits offense. They bring the house there on second down, and now it's gonna be like
third and 10. Manning in an empty backfield. Manning throws to this side of the field for Delaney.
Oh my God.
Delaney almost laid out for an excellent one-handed catch. And the Jesuits will send out the punting unit on 4th and 10.
So Manning off the mark there on Delaney, and honestly, I really think they should go for it here.
Yeah, that 4th down stop almost amounting to nothing here. We've seen them fake it before. Thanksgiving game versus West Haven last year. This one will be punted off, though, as Cornelius lofts one in the air. Jesuits get a good bounce. Isaiah Sainville missed a tackle. Cardinals again able to make their way up to the 50. I mentioned earlier in the game how important the field position battle is. I mean, the Cardinals have just dominated that today. I feel like every drive they have starts either at the 50 or in front of it. The prep defense, as much as they've missed a few tackles, let the Cardinals get away with a few things, there's not much they can do if the Cardinals keep getting the ball in excellent field position.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievably hard to punt the ball out here today.
Tarantino will keep this one himself. Fights his way to the outside. Beats his man. Tarantino will go for 40 down the sideline, and the Cardinals are yet again inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, yet again, Tarantino showing his effectiveness, carrying the balls. We see the read option there. He fools just about everything. I mean, he's really good at those read option plays. It's a talent shared by a lot of great quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, just fooling the defense, and he's able to pick up the first down and more.
Tarantino hands this one off to Lopez this time. Lopez swarmed. Newkirk there to meet him.
Good job there for Buck and Newkirk with the tackle. And Newkirk, definitely a bright spot of this Jesuits defense. He's been all over the field for them so far today. A couple pass breakups, a couple tackles, and he's been unbelievably consistent for them throughout this entire season.
Jesuits defense have forced the Cardinals into a 2nd and 8. Tarantino looks over to the sideline, has a man, and he'll fight his way for 4. That was Squires on the outside.
Yeah, Squires did a good job there on the screen as the flag is down. See what the call is. It's going to be a holding against Greenwich, so they'll be moving backwards here.
It's going to be 2nd and 18 for the Cardinals now. Squires has a touchdown today. Good wrap up by Frick. This will be a holding on Greenwich. Set up a 2nd and 18 for the Cardinals. All right, so Tarantino and Lopez will look to seal the deal for this Cardinals team, basically, if they could get one in the end zone here. Lopez in motion. Tarantino hands it off to Lopez. Lopez with room to work. Lopez is going to find his way into the end zone. And the Cardinals have gone up 4 scores on the Jesuits late in the 3rd quarter. Lopez slicing and dicing up this defense today.
Tough break for the Jesuits, and Hector Lopez showing yet again why he's one of the best running backs in the state. It's great blocking there, and he's untouched. He walks into the end zone. It's his 2nd of the day.
Once this extra point is knocked through, it's going to be 31-3 Jesuits. Or, sorry, Cardinals over Jesuits.
We can only wish.
Yeah. The math is starting to show that the odds are becoming very slim for Fairfield Prep. Jesuits, or the Cardinals, trying to punch their ticket to face Southington at Rentschler Field in the state championship. Cardinals have been a great team all year. They faltered once against New Canaan. I believe they also had a loss to Wilton, but besides that, they've been excellent, running through Staples in the quarterfinals last week.
Yeah, that game against Wilton was a 7-3 loss, so I don't know what kind of black magic Wilton was doing defensively to hold Greenwich to 3 points, but they should definitely check that out.
Yeah, Fairfield Prep should have taken some inspiration from that one. This one again, a bit of a squib. Callahan tackled immediately. He will get to the 30.
So the Jesuits offense takes the field yet again as they look to get their first touchdown of the game. So far at this point, I really just want to see them put some points up on the board and
make that final score look a little bit nicer.
Yeah. I mean, it's not over yet. I think if they're able to score quickly here and then get a quick stop and gain some momentum, I think it could be anyone's game, but
they just got to put some pressure on.
Yeah,
Got to put some pressure on.
It's at this point, this drive is the game.
Manning hands this one off to Callahan. Callahan swallowed up by this defensive line. He will get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by him, keeping those legs moving. He'll actually get 2 yards.
So we end the 3rd quarter here, and it's Greenwich 31, Jesuits 3.
Possibly one final quarter left for the Jesuits in 2025. They're going to need to go out there, show some heart, show some effort, put some points up on the board, put the pressure on, see if they can make a miracle happen.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, this would be an unbelievably tough way to go out. They seem to just put their heart and soul into this program. And to fall short in such fashion such as this is very upsetting.
This felt like the year the whole way, especially towards the end. They started gaining some momentum. The only team they really had to worry about, obviously now Southington's gone on a heater, was Greenwich. That first loss of the season in week 1 told a large story. But again, put some pressure on, see if anything can happen. Manning in an empty backfield. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Jesuits. Langston, one-on-one, but with safety help. Manning drops back, looks over the middle. Everything is covered, and he's just going to have to fire it.
It's going to be intentional grounding, maybe. We'll see what the call is, but yeah, I mean, there was no vertical routes down the field there apart from Brian Moore. Langston just sat 5 yards on a curl, and honestly, he's your most explosive player. You got to send him deep or get him on some kind of vertical route.
This ball is going to be moving backwards. It will be a holding on the Jesuits. And it's going to be a 2nd and 18. Manning with Lombardo in the backfield. Lombardo having the biggest offensive play of the game with a big-time run early on. Manning pressured immediately yet again, and this one almost intercepted. I mean, Manning just has no time in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, he's immediately pressured. I think he just looked to throw that one away. I was unlucky. It almost found the hands of Greenwich defender. It was Santi Para, their leading tackler with 94 on the year. He's also brought in 2 interceptions.
Third and about 20, 3rd and 18. This is going to need to be a big chunk of yards. Manning drops back, and I mean unblocked pressure up the middle yet again. Newton goes nowhere, doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Jesuits are forced to punt.
This Jesuit punt team is going to enter the field. Cardinals are just playing with their food now.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I really do. It's a shame to see the Jesuits go out like this on such a great season.
Cornelius sends this one high. Favorable bounce. Shaney will recover it. Cardinals will take over. Yeah, I mean, this Fairfield Prep season just been highlighted by their win against New Britain early on. New Britain obviously was the 1 seed in Class XXL before they fell to NFA. But after that win, things are going up for the Jesuits. They played Daniel Hand tough, unfortunately fell a little bit short. Had a great win against North Haven, great win against Danbury in the quarterfinals. Today has just not gone their way. This one's going to be given to Lopez, who will fight his way to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good tackle by Captain Samuel Barrett. Playing his final game in Rafferty Stadium. This Jesuits defense, they've shown up, they've made good plays, but they've just gotten beaten by a little bit of trickery, a lot of big plays, and that's just not how you can win football games. Lopez will fight for 5. He'll be down, and it's going to be a 3rd and 3 for the Cardinals. Tarantino hands this one to Lopez, and Lopez is going to be really close to the first down.
Yeah, we'll see what they mark him here, but Lopez again proven to be unbelievably effective in the second half. He was started off a little slow to start the game, and in this second half, he's just completely taken over.
Yeah, he's gone into takeover mode as the Cardinals have a 4th and 1 in front of them to ice the game. Tarantino tries to draw the Jesuits offside. They will run a play here, I believe. Lopez now lines up to the right of Tarantino. And the play is blown dead before it starts. It's going to be a timeout for the Cardinals. Cardinals have had a fantastic season, highlighted by the Week 1 win over the Jesuits, beating Staples twice in a row on Thanksgiving and the quarterfinals. And they're going to find themselves with a chance to win back-to-back state titles. They'll be facing Southington if they are to advance.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a good matchup to watch in the state final, but to not see the Jesuits go be unbelievably upsetting as they fall short yet again.
Jesuits remain winless against Greenwich in my tenure at Prep. Freshman year, they fell short in the state championship. Last year, they fell to West Haven in the semifinals. This year felt a little different, the way the defense was playing, the way the offense could both run and throw the football. Just ran into the wrong team at the wrong time as Kelly will take the Wildcat snap. And he will get the first and more. He'll go for about 5.
The Wildcat proven to be effective, led by Jack Kelly, the senior running back. So we'll get a replay. We saw him score off this play in the first half. Jack Kelly picks up around 7.
Cardinals are going to stick to running the football here, I presume.
Yeah, just want to keep the ball on the ground and get out of this cold as quick as possible.
Hand this one off to Lopez, who will get 5. Solid run from him.
Lopez on the carry. Samuel Barrett on the stop. Second and 6.
Lopez having a phenomenal game, upwards of 100 rushing yards. Yeah. Has a touchdown.
He's been very impressive in this game. Deserves his credit.
He'll get the ball again here, take it up the middle. He's going to get extremely close to the first down again. He'll be about a yard short, setting up a 3rd and short.
Lopez on the carry.
3rd and 2.
Greenwich just continues to milk this clock out.
7 minutes remaining in the Jesuit season.
They're going to check the play with their coaches. As the play clock winds down.
And Lopez will get swallowed up by this defense. Jordan Lewis on the tackle. 4th and short again here for the Cardinals. I remember week 1 of the year. It was a great game despite the loss. There was a lot of energy. Prep had 2 big turnovers to get the bomb squad fired up. Very exciting game. Tonight just hasn't had that same energy. I respect the bomb squad members who have stayed, stuck it out. Many have unfortunately left. Tarantino's going to run this one himself. Breaks a tackle. Hit by Freed.
Yeah, he's going to be short. Or at least he should be.
So Jesuits will take over. Defense showing some heart here late.
Yeah, and if I'm the Jesuits, I want to go out there and finish with some pride, get some points back up on the board.
Manning and Callahan in the backfield. This snap rolled. Manning still recovers it, hands it off to Callahan, who runs hard for 4.
Yeah, it's a Scout Callahan run if I've ever seen one. He always finds a hole.
So a gain of 6 by Callahan instead of a 2nd and 4. Hand it off to Callahan again up the middle, who will battle for 2, setting up a 3rd and short. Now that's going to be a first down for Callahan. He was able to dive his way past the sticks.
Yeah, an interesting spot there. I don't know if he was there, but we'll take the call.
Callahan gets the ball again. Looks to make his room up the middle. Nothing there, so he'll get to the line of scrimmage.
Callahan on the carry. Brought down by Santi Clara.
Jesuits team being able to move the football a little bit better than they have in prior drives. This snap again, a little bit low and wobbly. Manning looks over the middle of the field on the seam, and he has Colin Delaney. And Colin Delaney will find his way down close to the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown for the Jesuits, and Colin Delaney's first career touchdown comes in the state semifinal.
Good for Delaney there, beating the defender on that streak. As Manning's able to hit them down the seam, splitting the safeties, and good for him.
You see him fired up. Doesn't mean anything less to him. Great play call. Manning finds Delaney over the middle of the field. Delaney does the rest. Cornelius knocks this one through to remain perfect on the season for extra points.
So we see another low snap there, and Manning's able to find Delaney down the seam. It's a great ball. So the Jesuits showing some heart here at the end of this one.
Kicking unit will take the field for the Jesuits to kick off. Back to the Cardinals. 10-31 is the score here with 3:49 left in the fourth. This rivalry between these two teams certainly isn't over. Jesuits are hopeful to have a good future next year as the Jesuits are setting up for an onside kick here.
Oh, it's off the Greenwich
This one
player.
bobbled, but will be recovered by Greenwich.
Looks like the ball's loose.
There's a pile.
It was a great onside kick by Cornelius. He smacked the ball into the Greenwich player's face, but they're going to be able to come up with it.
So this Jesuits defense will retake the field for possibly the final time. Yeah, that's just a great onside kick and a good bounce. So close. Tavares Newkirk almost recovered that.
The Squires did a good job there getting on top of that one.
See how much it means to these Fairfield Prep athletes out here today. This one's handed off up the middle. Nowhere to go there. I want to highlight some of these standout seniors. You have Sam Barrett, first team All-SEC. He's had a great prep career. John Morris, second team All-SEC. James Burgess, first team All-SEC. Oliver Frick, Jack Buck, finishing up that defensive back group. Sam Shaney on the edge. Jordan Lewis. All great members of this prep defense.
Yeah, the talent on this team is undeniable. They just weren't able to put it together against Greenwich today. And definitely a game that will be looked back on in a negative light as it was their game to lose.
Yeah, this group of seniors has had a somewhat successful tenure at prep. State championship appearance freshman year, semifinals last year, semifinals this year, just unable to finish the job. Prep does have a good future, though, for next year on defense. Brody Sommers has had a breakout year. DeLibro still a junior. This one handed off up the middle again. And the Cardinals are fighting for every yard here late, and they're going to get the first down. That was Nicholas Mussolini on the carry there. Way to fight his way for those extra yards at the end of the run. And the Cardinals have entered victory formation with 1:40 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, hate to see this in a playoff game, but shout out to number 19 there. That's a hell of a name. So the Cardinals will ice this one.
One or two more kneels, and that'll be the game. Jesuits had hope coming into today. School was fired up. The juices were flowing, but the Cardinals came into Rafferty Stadium, set the tone early, went up 17-3 at halftime, and did not take their foot off the gas at all.
Jesuits fall short for the second time in 2 years. Class LL semifinal. It's all respect out there on the field as players have already begun shaking hands.
That will be the game. Cardinals are fired up. They will be heading to the state championship for the second time in 2 years with a chance to go back-to-back. And the Jesuits are going to have one final handshake line to cap off the 2025 season. It's been a good year for them. But it's going to be Southington and Greenwich in the Class LL state championship at Rentschler Field. Greenwich has earned their spot. Greenwich deserves it. Southington's one of the hottest teams in Connecticut, if not the hottest. It's going to be a great game.
It's a tough way to go out. Final score, Greenwich 31, Prep 10. As the season comes to an end. Tommy, it's been an absolute pleasure being in the booth with you this year. Shout out to everyone in the Prep Game Time crew. This has been a successful season all around. We'll send you down shortly. We'll send you down for some ads momentarily.
And then you will see an interview, well, the final interview for the football season. See you shortly.
second from half court.
Jumping for joy with
first ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is
caught!
What does it mean to graduate from Fairfield Prep? It's hard to put into words because there's truly nothing like it. Maybe it's the moment walking down the aisle to receive your diploma, or the sea of red and white tuxedos all around you, or that firm handshake from President Cashman. Those are unforgettable moments, but they're not what defines it. What truly sets this experience apart happens after graduation, when you're outside celebrating with the people who were once just your classmates. I say once because they're not just classmates anymore. They have become family, your brothers. Over 4 years, through every high and low, every challenge and victory, these are the people who stood beside you. Now, you're no longer students. You're a family. What might be bittersweet goodbyes at other schools becomes something different here. A celebration. Laughter, pride, and a deep sense of connection fill the air as you take one more picture, one more memory together. As we prepare to step into the next chapter of our lives, we carry that brotherhood with us, forever shaped by our time at Prep. And as all Prep men do, we may laugh, we may cry, but we never say die.
Before I come to officiate your game, I'm busy at work.
Before I was a high school official, I was a young athlete myself.
Before I heard you yelling at me from the stands, I was a parent on the sideline cheering for my own kids.
And before each season and before each game, like you, I'm prepared and I'm excited.
Remember,
we're a lot
like you.
For generations, we've shaped young men into leaders, thinkers, and compassionate individuals. But to maintain our tradition of excellence, we must evolve and grow.
In the Ignatian tradition, I begin my day with gratitude. Gratitude for you, our generous supporters and benefactors who have been critical to our success. Now, we invite you to build an even brighter future.
Our campaign focuses on 3 essential pillars that will propel Fairfield Prep into the future.
By expanding our financial aid program, we'll ensure that a Fairfield Prep education is accessible to deserving students from all backgrounds.
It's critical that we continue to expand scholarship opportunities for students whose families can't afford full tuition and allow them to be part of the prep experience, because in fact, they make the prep experience.
Fairfield Prep is a very special place, but what makes it special is the people here.
I know so many people here who are great athletes and then they turn around and go play with the band or write a short story for a creative writing contest.
Whether you like athletics or engineering or art, there's so much to do after school.
Our commitment to excellence means providing our faculty with cutting-edge professional development opportunities, empowering them to inspire and challenge our students.
By supporting our educators to always pursue learning, we're producing great teachers in the classroom, but also great role models for our students.
The faculty here at Fairfield Prep are invited to learn more about the traditions that we are upholding in the classroom, and one of the ways that we do that is through the Jesuit Educators Academy.
The Jesuit Educators Academy is a 5-year program in which teachers who are new to prep learn about the mission and core values of Ignatian spirituality.
If we do not train faculty, We don't produce the type of students who can go out and set the world afire.
We're enhancing our campus with state-of-the-art facilities, with a center for arts and recreation, and expanding our
We're going to send it to interview down on the field.
Our key was just to come in here and play smash mouth football, and that's exactly what we did today.
Thank you. As you look on your game next week against Southington, what's your game plan right now, or what are you looking forward to in your last high school football game?
I mean, we're not looking to do anything special against them. We're walking into that game and we're preparing for them just like how we would for any other game.
Thank you for your time, Hector. Thank you for watching FP Game Time this year. We look forward to seeing you for the hockey and basketball season. Have a good one.